Alright guys, Tony Sniper here. I'm sure most of you have actually watched my previous video on market structure, which talked about what? Trending and exhaustion. Now in this video, I'll be breaking down continuation and reversal, which is the part 2 of the previous video. Because remember, these are the 4 basic concepts of the market structure that you need to understand in order for you to be a profitable trader. Trending, exhaustion, continuation, and reversal. So when we head to the class, I'm going to be showing you guys how to spot continuation in the market, how to spot reversals in the market, because I'm sure all of you have watched the previous video where I talked about trending and exhaustion. So let's head to the class so I can help you make this year count. I can help you view the market perfectly, and I will help you change the way you actually place a trade. Let's go. What's good, Nancy? All right, so this TY here, TY come. This TY here, one of the best educators currently in Abuja. You guys should go follow him on Instagram. Here's his username. All right, so today we're actually going to be talking about what? We're going to be talking about continuation and what? And reversal. Okay? So in the previous video, we talked about trending and exhaustion and also how they apply to the market structure. Now, when it comes to continuation and reversal is actually a bit tricky. Why? Because this would help you detect the direction of the market. Okay? Now, come with me. Remember, this video is the part 2. Now, when we talk about continuation, there are certain, I don't like to call them patterns, there are certain market structure language that you would see. Because whenever you see those candle formation, whenever you see those patterns, that is the market trying to speak to you. That is the market telling you, this is where I'm heading to, this is where I'm not heading to. Now, when it comes to continuation tells you that what? This market is still moving in your direction. Do you understand? Let's say, for example, you're selling. There are certain structures you will see. That structure will tell you, I am still selling. There are certain structures you will see. That structure will tell you, I'm about to change the direction. That is where what? That is where continuation and reversal come in play. Okay? So now let me give you guys some examples of continuation. One of the most popular continuation and most profitable continuation is what? Is wedge. Now when we talk about wedge, we actually have what? We actually have a falling wedge and a what? And a rising wedge. Okay? Now the first one looks like this, which is actually what? A rising wedge. And the second one looks like this, which is actually what? A falling wedge. Now, how do you use this to analyze the market? Let's say a market is actually selling, right? Then all of a sudden, you start seeing a rejection like this, then the market dumps. Now, when you see something like this, this is actually what? This is a continuation pattern. Very, very important. Take notes. Now, whenever you notice a market is selling and you start noticing this market getting exhausted, pushing to the upside, it is telling you that what? This market wants to continue selling. Now, when you notice a market buying, then you notice the market start getting exhausted, pushing to the downside, right? This is an opportunity for you to what? To place a buy to the upside. When we go to the chart, I'll show you guys more example. Now, let's move to reversal. When we talk about reversal, this is the point at which the market is changing a direction. This is a point at which the market is actually what? Moving from buying to selling or moving from selling to buying. Remember, when we talk about continuation actually means what? This market is still moving in that direction, but the market actually got exhausted or got tired along the line, then the market is still moving in that direction. When we talk about reversal, what do I mean? The market is about to change direction totally. Do you understand? Now, what are examples of reversal patterns that are very profitable? Number 1, the head and shoulder, very popular, right? Number 2, the inverse head and shoulder. Now, patterns like this, you would mostly find them where? You mostly find them on USD JPY. Do you understand? Then another example is actually what? The double top and actually what? The double bottom. Now, back then, when we were actually trading around 2019, 2020, this pattern was actually very, very popular. especially for people that were trading GBP JPY, USD JPY, and so on. But these days, you don't see them play out that easily. Now, when you want to buy a double top, you actually need to wait for the market to actually what? Take out liquidity that was created here for early sellers, then you sell. When you want to buy from a double bottom, what do? You wait for the market to take out liquidity here, then you buy. This is the smart way to use your W and M formation. Because if you just wait for double top, then you sell, double bottom, then you buy, chances of you being profitable in the long run is very slim. Okay, now that's the second one. Then thirdly, and the most important one, is actually what? Triple top and what? And triple bottom. Now, let me give you guys the smart way to spot triple top and triple bottom. Because remember, when it comes to reading market structure, you need to learn how to spot liquidity. Example of what I just gave you guys here. You need to wait for the liquidity to be cleared, then you sell. Wait for the liquidity to be cleared, then you buy. Do you understand? You only sell when liquidity has been cleared, and you only buy when liquidity has been cleared. Now, when you pair liquidity, market structure, and key levels, you become unstoppable. Don't worry, after this part 1, part 2, and the final part of the market structure, I will do a video on liquidity, and I promise you guys, you've actually found Tony Sniper page, your life is about to change. Now, let's come back to the triple top and triple bottom. Now, in situations like this, when the market creates a triple bottom like this, you don't want to run and start buying. What do? Wait for that market to clear that triple bottom, then you buy. This is where you want to buy. Now, in situations where the market creates a triple top, you don't want to sell. You wait for this market to go back, clear this liquidity, then you sell. Now, there are some scenarios where you would actually what? Where you will notice the market moving like this. This is a sell market. Then the market would go up to create a double top, then continue selling, then give you some exhaustion here, then go back to clear the liquidity here, then continue selling. You need to learn how to know where liquidities are in the market. Now, when you pair that with the 4 basic concepts of market structure, which is trending, exhaustion, continuation, and reversal, you become unstoppable. Now, I've given you guys several examples. Now, let's go into the chart. So I'll show you guys how all this transpire into the live market. Good. Now, we're currently on the chart, right? We're actually selling AUD USD with my group, and we're currently in crazy profit at the moment, like very, very crazy profit. Like I said, we're currently in crazy profit with my Telegram channel. You can actually see it here. We're actually selling AUD USD, NZD USD, and we're buying USD JPY. You can currently see it in our free Telegram channel here. All the signals were shared. Every single signal was shared, and I also give them what? The market structure explanation. Now, one thing about Tony Sniper is that I don't just tell you to buy, I don't just tell you to sell. When you come to my academy, be it the physical academy or the online academy, I will teach you how to read market structure like a pro, teach you how to spot your supply and demand level like a king, then learn how to read fundamental analysis, and automatically you become a god. Do you understand? Stop going to learn VVG, PPP, ZZZ. All those things work, trust me, but you are actually an individual that is working with one eye. Unlike someone that have actually learned fundamental analysis, that person is working with 2 eyes, because the person know why he's selling, he know why he's buying. Be it in the night, in the morning, the person is seeing clearly. Do you understand? So let's dive back into the chart. So now I'll be showing you guys how to spot continuation and reversal in this chart. Remember the previous video, I talked about trending and exhaustion. I don't want you guys to complicate things. When you talk about trending or a trending market, this is telling you that that market is currently pushing to the upside or to the downside with high momentum. So those are good opportunities to look for buys and sell. When we talk about exhaustion market, remember that market is currently waiting for what? A news event or a fundamental news event to push it either to break out to the downside or to the upside, because the market is already tired and currently uncertain. Now, when we talk about continuation, that market is still moving in that direction, but the market got exhausted, then continued moving in that direction. And when we talk about reversal, that market is currently what? Changing a direction. And examples of reversal I gave you guys was what? Head and shoulder and inverse head and shoulder. I told you guys one good pair that you can actually use to spot all this is actually what? The USD JPY. Now, this is USD JPY chart. What can you see here? inverse head and shoulder. Where was this inverse head and shoulder spotted? At a key zone. Do you understand? You pair everything together at your key zone. Immediately you spot inverse head and shoulder. What do you look out for? You look out for buy to the upside. Now, as this market is buying to the upside, what is currently going on here? This market is trending. And now that this market is trending and pushing to the upside, what happened here? Then the market created a wedge. What would you call that wedge? A continuation pattern. And when you see a continuation pattern, what is the market telling you? I will continue to move in that direction. And what happened? The market continued moving in that direction. Do you understand? Now, this video, I'll just be teaching you guys how to spot them. Then in the final video, which is the part 3, that's when I'll teach you guys where to buy and where to sell. So make sure you watch all these 3 videos completely. The part 1, trending and exhaustion, part 2, continuation and reversal, and the part 3, how to read market structure like a god. Now, come here. Now, you can clearly see at this point here, what do we have here? We have 1, 2. Double top, right? Then the market went up to clear the liquidity. And what happened next? Boom, the market dump. Can you guys see the double top here? 1, 2. Then the market went up to clear the liquidity. Then the market dump. This is an example of what? Of a reversal. This is an example of what? Of a reversal also. Now, what is this? A continuation. What is this? This market is currently selling. Then the market created a continuation and actually what? Continued selling. Very, very easy. Can you guys see it? Good. Now let's continue to go. I could go on and on and on and on, and you will get tired of me spotting them for you in the chat. You understand? What can you see here? Another inverse head and shoulder here. And what happened here? The market pushed to the upside. Then the market created a double top. 1, 2, went up to clear the liquidity. Then the market dropped. Immediately the market dropped. What happened? The market was exhausted. After the market was exhausted, then the news event came out. The market broke out and started what? Started trending. Same thing happened here. A trending market. Then it pushed to the upside. So this video is actually to help you spot reversal and continuation in the market. Please don't guess the market. You've actually found Tony Sniper page. You've actually found my YouTube channel. You've actually found my Telegram channel. I'm about to change your life for good. This is a clear representation of what? A trendy market. An exhaustion, a push. Very simple. So watch out for the next video where I'll be teaching you guys where to buy and exactly where to sell. These videos are just to give you guys the concepts. I remain Oko Anthony Uche, also known as Tony Sniper. Don't forget to join my free Telegram channel. I always share free signals there. I love you guys. Peace.